Yes guys, how are we doing? So I thought I'd make a little video with some reflections and lessons of making about 125K a month at the moment, and I'm 27. I feel like I can say this because I've been in the game for a while now. So I think these insights will be quite insightful. So you sometimes see these like tweets and it's like all these stuff from these high level guys. I'm not saying I'm super high level, but they're pretty insightful. So I've written quite a few things down, which I especially think will help you if you're starting or doing under 100K a month profit per month. Also, I'm in the office. I've tried to make this space nice, but this doesn't look very good. So try to put some plants and stuff and make it look nice, but it is what it is. Before we get into it, I'm gonna play a little reel on the screen of what I've just been doing this weekend, and then I'm gonna break some context into that.
This my shit. All girls that feel like this. Few times been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. 'Cause it ain't no holler back, girl. Ain't no holler back, girl. A few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. 'Cause ain't no holler back, girl. Ain't no holler back, girl.
All she wanna do is get naked. Top flow, living like dangerous. Shawty wanna know if I'm famous. All of a sudden, all the bitch start.
So I wanted to show that reel because it's important to get away. When you're locking in, when you're working, when you're building these businesses, it can be a lot. Sometimes the best ideas and sometimes the thing you need is to be in nature with the boys and basically detoxing. In this day and age, you're on your phone all the time. You're working all the time. There's always a lot of moving parts, and things like this is essential. You cannot just be working all the time. And it comes onto the key concept. One of the lessons I want to talk about is self-development. So this weekend, completely off the cuff, me and all the boys all have our own businesses. We're all striving to be better all the time. Part of our process of working on ourselves and building businesses is doing things that improve our character. So day one, we did a 12-kilometer hike. In the evening, we did like a public speaking challenge where obviously we're quite close. So each of us were giving constructive feedback to another, public speaking, like in the middle. And we'd have to break down everyone's blind spots per person and explain what we need to work on and what we're doing good at as well. That was in the evening. And then the next day we did another trail run and went cold dipping in the lakes in the mountains. Sick weekend, completely unplanned. But this is self-development, this is character building. These are the things you need to work on, like training, speaking, being with the boys, getting constructive feedback from other people, improving your confidence, doing things that are actually real. You need to work on your character. Whenever I've been doing the most self-development, generally you get the most growth in businesses as well. So yes, you have to lock in, you have to work. You don't need to meditate every day, but you need to work on yourself. Whether that's changing your mindset, fixing your perception on how you see reality, things like this. For example, I'm always convinced myself like making this amount of money is normal. It's not a thing. I'm detached from it because I know it's inevitable. So switching these things on your brain, pushing your body to the limits in training and stuff. Obviously, I've had ups and downs of training, gaining weight like we all do, but it needs to be worked on. Character building is super key, especially in business these days. One massive issue is if you're starting a business or building a business, you can end up becoming an incel because you're sitting on your laptop working 10 hours a day and you've got no friends and nothing going on. You need to do everything. It's not just about money. I've been in this online game full time for about 5 years. I started online business 9 years ago. 4 years was just, it didn't really work. I was at university. So we could call it 9 years. In total, full time working for myself, 5 years. I've been in the game for a little while now. Even though I'm 27, I started at 18. Obviously, a lot of people now have probably just started within the last 3 years. So I've got some years on people in this game. So yeah, you could say, oh, people who started earlier making way more money. I have been consistently making money for 5 years. Month prior, we've done 120K profit. This month, 125. To be honest, it's probably actually more. This was just on a specific business. But due to being in the game for full-time 5 years now, one of the biggest things that has the biggest driving factor is consistency. Very blasé, very obvious, but I don't work 10 hours a day. But I've consistently worked 4 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week for the last 5 years. And that builds up. Only maybe 1 day per week where I won't do anything, but I'll still answer a message. For the last 6 days per week, for the last 5 years, I have done at least something every day working towards my businesses, things that I'm building and stuff. Even if, let's say for on a Saturday, you just do an hour, like I do e-commerce and I do coaching. Let's say, for example, you're building an e-commerce brand, you just message someone to make an ad or update the offer on your website just because there's a sale change or something little. These small changes, small bits of inputs you're doing into your business, they stack up over the years and it makes a massive difference. And before you know it, you'll be in a place where you didn't even consider yourself being, but you probably should. Like if you are starting business, you need to up the echelon of your brain, basically, of what you can achieve. The importance of seasons. It's even in the Bible. It says, I can't remember what the quote is. It's like, there's seasons for everything. You can try and look it up. ChatGPT, what is the quote? Throughout the 5 years, I have had multiple seasons and they change. So my season right now is probably, I'll do a bit of enjoyment, but I've got like 1 to 2 months of like, I need to lock in. The last 3 months was chill, relax, enjoy life, scale, working less, being more sociable, doing things that were improving on my character and just living a little. The 6 months prior to that, I was locked in. So from like last summer, pretty much locked in for 6 months. Dialed. 6 to 7 days a week, pretty much got no sun. I was training, I was eating okay, but I was locked in. The main focus was get in the office early, work. Leave late, work. We were making less money then, but the season was essential to set the foundation to scale. I went to Bali for basically 3 months. I basically focused on the main things, let go of the business a bit more, doubled my money. Obviously working less, making more. Weird, right? But that would have not happened if I didn't do the 6 months of grinding. The seasons are super important, and you'll know when the seasons are. Like, you'll know what season you are in yourself. This is an intuitive thing. Think about it right now. So we're talking right now, me and you. What season are you in? Like, what do you feel you need to do? Have you been locked in? Like, business is going good. Do you need to take a break? Sweet. Let's go travel for a month. Or let's just let loose on the business a bit. So, for example, let's say if I just come out of a lock-in season, I'm going to start work later. I'm going to train this morning. I'm going to go to the spa. I'm going to play a bit of paddle. I'm just going to do things that are not focused around business and just lighten up the vibe a bit, live a little basically, just get more in the flow of like, oh, what am I feeling right now? Oh, sweet, I'm a bit tired today. Sweet, I'm gonna have breakfast, go hit the gym, go for a little walk, then I'm gonna come in the office, dabble a bit with that, or then I'm gonna lock in for a bit, dabble a bit with that. Sweet, you boys wanna go cinema? Sound, bit more flow. Or you're thinking, right, I need to sort my freaking life out, I need to lock in. I need to diet, I need to train, I need to get a routine, I need to work on my mindset, I need to study, I need to build the business. That's the season. So you must know what season you're in and flow with it. So like, let's say like, oh fuck, like I want to do all these things, but I need to do this, as in build the business, set the foundation, study. Then you got to do that. There are seasons, and intuitively know which one you're in and move forward with that. Another thing, a lesson that I learned is you don't want to over lock in. So let's say you do 3 to 6 months locked in, dialed routine. If you continue to lock in, you go past the point of, all right, bro, like you ain't seen anyone in 12 months. You're working, you're training, you're eating, but bro, you're not speaking to anyone. You're boring. You're going to lose aspects of yourself that are beneficial to you. Being social, being confident, meeting people, making friends. Like, these are things in life that you need to do as well. So do not over lock in or compensate for sitting on a laptop on your own in your house all day. Go work at a co-working, go hit the gym, ask people to meet up, network with people online doing business as well. Figure it out, but do not become an incel sitting on your laptop at home on your own, making 10 grand a month. Sweet, you make 10 grand a month, but your money's going up, but your aspects, levels of your character, socializing, fitness, everything else, becoming weird, they're all going down. So you need to balance it correctly and make sure you don't over lock in. This is a thing. People end up over locking in and they become really weird. One thing I truly believe in, people that are higher level with me might disagree, I don't know, but it's the importance of storing cash. Like, I spend a lot of money, but I don't spend a lot of money on silly stuff. So when your business is doing well, store the cash to reinvest into the next seasons, the next goals, the next sections. Do not make 50 grand in a month profit and buy a car. It sounds so obvious, but you need to store cash in the business. You can have 3 really good months and you're on the moon. You're like, sweet, I'm going to get Rolex, I'm going to get a car. Boom, 2 bad months consecutively. And then you're stressing because you've spent loads of money and then your business is losing money or your business is not making money. And then you've got this lifestyle now where you're spending more money, when in reality, those bad months, sweet, you have a few bad months, but if you had stored the cash, you would be investing anyway, taking a hit with the cash stored in the business, plus working on the back end to get to the next level. So don't make money and just start splashing it. Store cash in the business to reinvest. And then once you get to certain liquid targets, within your business bank accounts, then you can start to take money out. Once you've paid all your tax, once you've got the foundation sorted, you know, even if you have a few bad months, it's going to be fine. Then you can start spending money. Business is not always, wow, we're making loads of money. Like, I've done 2 really good months now. This month I'm probably going to do less, but it's okay. I don't mind. I've been storing the cash. I'm reinvesting in for the end of the year. Q4 is going to be massive. So I know my time now. I'm reinvesting into the business, working on the back end. This is the season, going to lock in for a bit. Obviously have a holiday or 2 for a big end of year. Store cash and reinvest in a business. Don't go crazy when you start making money straight away. A lot of people actually do this. Like, they make loads of money, but they've actually got no money, so they just spend it all. So this is more often than you think. This is for your mindset. Obviously, I struggle with this. These are lessons of things that I've struggled with and learned. Obviously, I still work on them. I'm not perfect, but this is a good one as well. So if you start having a few bad months in a row, try not to let it get to you, but to think of it like, okay, sweet. Or let's say you do really high profits and you just go to stagnant. You think, okay, sweet, this is a maintenance stage, or this is a month we've lost a bit of money, but okay, sweet, this is a great opportunity for us to work on the back end to get to the next level. We're not going to focus on scaling now. Let's focus on the other things, review the business, have a big overview of everything. What do we need to work on? Do we need to build the steps to get to the next level? Like hire another staff member, get some good operations, get some good SOPs in to get to that next level or to that next level of scale. So don't look at stagnation or bad months as, oh, this is terrible. Look at it, oh, sweet, this is an opportunity for us to focus on the stuff that we weren't doing before, so we can review the business back end, etc. So it's a mindset thing. So don't let it get you down too bad, because there will be months that, let's say for example, you keep going up and up, and then you make half the amount of cash the next month later. Like, it's probably going to play on your mind, but it's not actually an issue. You got to look macro out. Do not just scale your business because it's really working, but make sure if you are going to scale, you've got the foundations in place to handle it. So team, operations, customer support, or set up the foundations to scale further down the line. So make sure you build the steps to walk up them. Longer breaks can actually make you more money. Traveling, letting go a bit, socializing, focusing on the main stuff of your business could potentially make you more money. So this is where it comes into the don't over lock in, don't over micromanage, because if you're too caught up in the micro on the day to day, sometimes you can't see the macro. Oh, sweet, we just need to do this to double our profits. So sometimes it's good to take a break, enjoy life for a bit. Don't over lock in. Like I said, there's seasons. Most likely you are your own bottleneck. So yourself is holding the business back and everything back. So I am this at the moment. I'm probably the bottleneck for myself right now, which I need to figure out over the 1 to 2 months of how do I solve this problem of me. I'm too in the businesses. Obviously I've got hires, but I've delegated, but not trained. There's not enough SOPs. I'm still like, oh my God, yo, can you do this? Yo, can you do this? I'm my own bottleneck right now, but I'm aware of that. So I'm going to work on that. So this would go to you as well. So you are most likely, you're probably your own bottleneck. You don't know your own blind spots. You don't know knowledge that is holding you back. You haven't hired them. Like, for example, like someone will be doing like 30 to 50 grand a month drop shipping and they're still answering their own emails. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, hire someone to do emails. It is not a leveraged task that is going to make you more money. Stuff like this. So you yourself are probably your own bottleneck. So review that. What are your inputs? What are your outputs? What can you take out to increase your outputs as well, or add in? Staff, SOPs, etc. It's getting into the more personal stuff. So your partner or girlfriend can play a massive, massive impact on you and your business, whether it's positive or negative. You must build a healthy relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you have. Set healthy boundaries, and especially make sure you're in the right relationship, because the wrong relationship can take you back a lot of steps just from over the years. I've had personal experience, but yeah, healthy boundaries, good relationship, make sure you're right with the right person, and it can play a massive factor on either growing you or holding you back. So it's really something to consider. But if you're with the right one, like, you're flying, so don't worry about it. Traveling and networking are very important to grow, especially when you're younger. So let's say you're like, right, I'm not going to uni, I want to build a business. 18 to 25, go travel, man. With the intent of being like traveling to network, business, etc. It's going to pay so much dividends on building your businesses, getting knowledge, being around people that are the same group. Because if you are from a small town, realistically, your close mates are not going to be doing what you want to do. Do not get lost in the source of traveling, because it can be very distracting. So do a bit of traveling and then go find somewhere you want to live. Like, get a core base. That is going to pay dividends in the future. Having somewhere, a core base where you're locked in, you've got a routine, even if things change a bit, like, you still got, everything's familiar. Traveling, digital nomads, yes, it's good for a period. Networking, traveling, open your mindset, but past the point, it's just going to hold you back. it is very hard to get to certain levels if you are a digital nomad or you're traveling all the time. Like, it will hold you back. So a must do and a non-negotiable, travel and networking, but don't overstay. This is super important. You must build and attract a group of people that are similar to you, all working on the same goals. It doesn't have to be same businesses. That doesn't really matter. Obviously, meeting people and speaking to people in the same business models is important to get the knowledge, but for actual like locking in and stuff, it's not. So build a group of like-minded people. This is essential, okay? When you're starting out, being alone is fine because it's probably inevitable. Like, your close friends might not be doing it, but it's a lot easier to build these groups now because everyone's working online. So there's actually really no excuse. Either start posting about what you do and you'll just attract people naturally, go travel, find groups, or move to a different country where it's everyone's doing it, or get your mates you grew up with to do it as well. So introduce them as well to it. Hopefully they're competent enough. If they're just not into it, it's just not for them. But promote it onto your friends as well to get them into it too. And that's what I've done personally. It's like all my friends I grew up with, pretty much we all work online now. But if that is the case, you're very lucky. Or travel or post. And eventually, if you do the thing, you will meet the people naturally, go to the places, network, promote it to your friends. It will happen over time. So don't worry about it. You will meet people doing it as well, and you will work people doing it as well. But you have to express that you're doing it, or go to places of where people are doing it too. So this is a good one as well, especially for the people that get distracted. Focus on singular businesses. I think it's called the silver spoon or something. Don't just start jumping, business model. Obviously find something that you like. However, predict the changes in the market over the years, like 3, 5, 10 years, over a long enough period. You may have to pivot into different niches, different models, different markets, even if you're doing the same thing. For example, if you're doing e-commerce, one e-com store might last for 2 years. You might have to do another one for another 3 years because the markets are going to change. For example, maybe home decor is going to do better and you're like, oh sweet, this fashion trend is going to do better. Let's pivot into this, but don't jump the gun very quickly. Like, let's say if you're making money on one business, you're like, I want to make more money. Let's do another business. Nah, because that's going to distract you. But if you're like, oh sweet, this business I've been doing for 2 years now, I think it's going to cap out. So we need to start pivoting into something else to prepare for when this business caps out, that we can transition into the new model. This is over longer periods of years though. So focus on singular businesses. It's going to make you the most money. But if you do have predictions that things will change over the coming years in your market, pivot. Same niche, different model, pivot. How you have to pivot. I have pivoted a few times, all within e-commerce, but the pivots were markets, niches, etc. And it paid off very well. I pretty much got everything accurate. Obviously, I did sell a company 2 years ago. Maybe I could have kept it on for longer, but what I'm doing now with my own passionate e-commerce brands, I'm very happy it worked. So that's pretty much everything, guys. If you want to work with us, you can book a call below. Peace and love.